Hey, what's up? Matt Wyatt here. Let's talk a little quarterback play over at Auburn. Bo Nix, 2-year starter. That's the thing. It seems like he's been there longer than 2 years, right? He's only played 2 years. Freshman. Last year was a sophomore in a weird COVID year. And he's been really productive. Now, people criticize him, but I think there's a lot of upside, and he's got most of his career in front of him. And I think his best years and best plays and best games in front of him. Now, there is going to be a competition there. TJ Finley, big-time transfer in from LSU. But it seems like it's Bo Nix's job to lose. So let's watch some plays together. It's another example of how good he is when his feet are good and he's seeing things clearly, when the footwork is good. What Auburn's doing right here, coming out of their own end of the field, 3-man route. Verticals by number 1 and number 3, and in the middle here is going to be this tight end running an out route, and quarterback's going to drill it. All right, so watch Nix in the pocket. 1, 2, 3, set up, driving off that back leg right there, and is going to absolutely let it rip. Now, and this is perfect. It shows you, there's a lot of zip and velocity in that arm when his feet are good. Because he's got a strong arm, he lets his feet get out of whack. But if his feet are consistent, he makes throws like this. That's a drill. Now, he's wide open, yes, but there's enough velocity and it's accurate enough that look at the space that he has between he and the DB. Not to mention the room now that he has to catch it without having to turn around, without having to stop to turn and run and make a first down. This is one where if the throw's not accurate, if it's low and back foot, he's going to have to stop, and you're going to have a defender with a chance to make a tackle before he gets to this, first down stick. But a strong, accurate throw, and Bo Nix is certainly capable of it. When his feet are good, he's really good. 3rd and short, where they're going to get a bust in the coverage. Alabama thinking run. Auburn goes a little trick here for them. Play action. Wants to play. Little fake. And then throw it up the middle for a big play here. It's really no secret how it happened. It's 3rd and short. You're on your own end of the field. Alabama's thinking run right here in a short yardage situation. Auburn goes, extra offensive lineman and heavy package right there. Not to mention the tight end is a big heavy. It looks like it's run block situation. He actually runs a route to the outside, and his action helps to get this receiver up the middle on a busted coverage right there. But pay attention to the throw. Fake, 1, 2, 3. And this is a case where, he's wide open, don't miss a layup. And Bo Nix completes it, but he makes him turn around. Okay, so he's drilling it in there, making him turn around. His feet are probably a little bit extended right here. You'd love to see the posture in the pocket, get those feet a little closer together. And because he's a little overextended, that left foot out in front, sometimes it does cause the ball to get high on you because you lock that left knee out right there. I don't know if you can see that. That could be it. But right here, it's just a matter of what you've got to do with a guy who is, that wide open behind the coverage, is you got to make it easy on him where he can catch this thing without having to turn around. If this is an accurate throw right here, it's a touchdown. Instead, it's behind. Okay, so you get the play, you get the completion, but it's behind. You make him stop his forward momentum, turn and catch the football. Now he's got a 360 and get his momentum going again, and when he does, he knows he's being chased, so now he stumbles. And so with 4 guys in crimson jerseys chasing him, now they're going to be able to run him down. But this is a player for Auburn where in this situation right here, I know it's a fuzzy screen, but if we hit him on a dead run right now where he doesn't have to turn around and his momentum doesn't stop, they're not catching him. He's gone. It's a touchdown. So, a front shoulder throw versus a back shoulder throw is the difference in a touchdown versus just a big play. And that's the way that works. You can kind of see how it works here, maybe a little clearer picture. Again, it's a big play. You haven't missed it. But just little things in mechanics. I'm not a quarterback's coach. I just know that some would probably tell you that, right here you get that kind of overextension. It'll force that left knee to lock back in there on you sometimes when you flick it out there. And what happens is the ball will sail on you just a little bit. Whether or not that's the case, I don't know. I just know that, this is one where you got a chance for a touchdown if it's out in front. But because it's back shoulder and he has to turn around, it's big play, obviously. It's just not the touchdown that it could have been. When I watch him, He's got all this potential, this upside. And I think the one thing that maybe right now is separating Bo Nix from being great is just consistency in his footwork. Sounds like coach speak, sounds like it's oversimplifying it. I don't think it is, because, it's everything in quarterback play is your footwork. You'll hear quarterbacks coaches say you don't throw with your arm, you throw with your feet. I can show you some things, I think, with him that illustrate that. And we're going to watch his footwork here out of the shotgun. And he's throwing it all the way to his left. He's going to get an out route here to the far sideline. Okay, and it's a hard throw even when your mechanics are good, because the ball is all the way over here on the right hash. You're throwing that deep out route to the far sideline. It's a long throw, but it's certainly going to be difficult if your feet aren't set or if your feet are bad. So you see right here, let me just kind of run it for you. You can watch the result of the play. So you catch it 1, 2, 3 out of the shotgun, but drift back, throw it all arm, and it winds up short. I didn't see the culmination. They acted like it was a pick. I don't know if it indeed was, if it got reviewed, whatever. But you see right here, like position on the ball is it's left inside where the DB is. It's not over here on the stick where only your receiver could have an opportunity. And it lacked a little velocity. So, if it's a strong throw to the sideline, receiver's going to have a chance, keep it away from the DB. If it lacks velocity and is left inside, that's when you get the catch up. And he's able to make a play on it. So let's go back and look. Keep an eye on mechanics. It's a little thing, okay? And this happens to everybody, but it's something that certainly he can improve on, I believe. So out of the gun, you're taking 1, 2, 3 drop. You see that right foot plant right there? Again, watch his steps. Catch 1, 2, 3. That's a 1, 2, 3 drop right there. And now he's going to turn and throw. So look at his momentum. Once you hit that third step, really what you would like if, you had your way is right here. He's driving off of this back foot, momentum and front shoulders squarely going at the target and really pushing forward, where the momentum in those hips and that lower body is pushing this way, and that's going to drive the velocity on the throw and help you to complete it. But instead, he's rocking back. So just, a little bit of slight, something lacking in the mechanics right here. And maybe it's that outside pass rush. Anderson coming off his left edge, but you see him dropping back right here. Momentum is going backward now. And so it kind of forces him then to throw it all arm. So now his momentum is really kind of going this way, and he's going to whip that arm out there and throw it all arm. And that's where you're going to have a drop off in velocity on the football. That front side opens up. This is an all arm throw with his momentum going backwards, and you're trying to throw it right hash all the way left sideline. Plenty of arm strength with Bo Nix. It's just his lower body mechanics, I think, at times, because he's an athlete, gets him in trouble. And if he steps and drives off that back foot and really rips it, he's going to be able to put it outside out here where, only his guy can have a chance to catch the football. If it's driven with velocity to the stick, his guy's going to peel over here and maybe have a catch away from the DB. But I think it's a mechanical thing. It really is that caused this to be incomplete or an interception. Here's the thing about Bo Nix. He is an above average athlete. I don't know what the 40 time is, but he's probably a better 40 time than a guy like maybe a Johnny Manziel was a few years ago. He can really run. He's an above average athlete. And what that does sometimes is it makes it harder to have consistent footwork. He's a good athlete. He's going to escape here, use some athleticism to make a play. Georgia is bringing 5, including the middle linebacker who's coming right up the chute. And, he's not going to be picked up. He's free to the quarterback. And you'll see Bo Nix, the athleticism. Okay, right there, there's a guy, a linebacker, who's completely untouched in the protection. A little bit of a bust. You got 3 guys sliding to the left to block 1 guy. What you've got is center, left guard, left tackle, all sliding over here blocking 1 guy. There's a bust in the middle. It looks like it's probably center because the linebacker is allowed to rush free. So what you need here is a quarterback athletic enough to avoid the sack somehow. And not only does he avoid the sack, use your athleticism, get out there, extend the play, but kind of whip that arm around, find somebody, and this actually turns into a really big play for them in this early part of this ball game. So he's an athlete. It's a weapon. You got a quarterback who can run like this and make extra yards. Okay, we're looking here at his ability to escape, and he absolutely is an above-average athlete. There's a rush in his face, little pump fake, go make the first down, and then some. They ran a twist. He sensed it. It did come free, and he's having to go improvise. Offensive line could have been better for sure. Their pocket collapses on him a little bit. On 2nd and 8, he goes and makes a play. So he's certainly a good runner. The other thing about Nix is he's young. Like I said, he's only played 2 years. Started as a freshman, started as a sophomore, and was productive. He was good, won a lot of games. He's got a plus touchdown interception. He's rushed for 7 touchdowns a year in both of the years that he's played. So he's productive on a couple different levels. The completion percentage has got to improve, and I think it will as his mechanics improve. Okay, here's a chance for him to throw a touchdown right here. He's going to get a little move and vertical on a 2-receiver side into the boundary and get him open on top, and he actually makes a really nice throw, and it should be a touchdown right here. He's strong in the pocket, steps into the throw, a little pump fake to get him open, and it's just a drop. We talk about completion percentage, and this factors in, but this isn't on the quarterback, right? Like this should be bomb touchdown in a game to make it a 2-possession game just before halftime, and a guy just drops a touchdown. I mean, you can't walk out there and throw it any better. And the thing is, he's really good in the pocket here to help get him open. Let me show you what I mean by that. You look at the route, okay? So the top receiver in this stack is the vertical, and underneath is going to give you a little underneath action to the sideline, and that underneath is what draws the defender up. So watch quarterback right here. Well, I tell you what, keep your eyes up top on the route first of all, so that you can kind of understand. So he's in, he's back out, okay? And there's a safety back here on top of this that you can't see off screen. So there's effectively in here, you've got 2 receivers, you got 2 underneath defenders and 1 on top. It's 3 by 2. So he gets this deep route open with his action in the pocket. So watch a quarterback right here. He's going to pump, little shoulder fake, good posture in the pocket, okay? So he's not falling back. And this is against a rush coming into his face. It's really good. Shoulder fake to the underneath. And what you can't see is as he pumps right there, this underneath route, the safety on top freezes and steps up. And that's what allows a deep route to get behind him and to get on top of him. All right, so he pumps him and then delivers, steps into it. He's not falling back. Step in, deliver the throw as he's about to get hit. This is really good at quarterback right here. Delivers a perfect throw on top of it. So not only did he get him open, but then he puts it on him against pressure. That's really good. When you're a great athlete, sometimes you get convinced that you can run around and your feet don't have to be set. You can change your arm slot and make all these different throws. And Bo Nix has great arm strength. Okay, sometimes when a guy is capable of running away and improvising and making plays off his back foot, it starts to affect, you think you can do it all the time. But this is why he does those things, is because he can. Right here, it's 3-man rush, jailbreak, poor pass protection, but he still escapes and makes a throw. And you're looking at what's happened. Again, it's 5-man protection. It's only a 3-man rush for Alabama. 1, 2, 3 right here. And 1 right in his lap. Really 2 come free. I mean, it's really poor protection. He senses that. You can tell he doesn't trust the protection, so he immediately starts getting out of there. He's on his back foot. The route is you got a defender over the top, 1 underneath right here. Okay, so the outside receiver gets behind him on the sideline. He knows he's there. So he's still kind of reading it, even though he's getting pressure. So, you're bailing out because you got a guy coming free right over the center in your lap. And you get up off one leg and enough arm string to flip your wrist and find a guy in that hole shot before the safety gets over there. So the ability to do this convinces you can do it more often than you need to sometimes. This is an example of how good he can be when his feet are good, because he has a very strong arm. You got a 2-man route working up here with a safety on top. They're going to push up and run a, hard corner and then go underneath. So it's sort of smash concept. What I mean by that is corner route on top and flat or underneath to the sideline, and you're reading it high-low right here. So watch the play. He's good in the pocket. 1, 2, 3, step forward, drive into the throw, and zip, throw a strike. Here's a high-angle view. You can see the safeties now. So they're actually, dropping 3, and they're trying their best to take away anything down the field right here. And it's not at all bad coverage because, you got it underneath to defender close to the underneath route. It's just that with the safety deep, and whether it's a check on the fly or a call, you're going to get into that void with the safety or the top of it. You're going to go right over here to the stick, and it takes a strong arm, strong throw to drive it in there, kind of on the right trajectory as well, where you don't have a chance to get it picked. The other thing is, go back to watching his footwork over here. This is really good in the pocket. This is how it's supposed to look. If you go back to the snap, shotgun snap on the hash, 1, 2, 3, foot drives you forward, back up into that pocket. Look at that passing posture. He's not falling back. He's not opening up. And then ball comes up quickly. He's driving straight off that back leg, right over that left knee, and throwing a strike. That's downhill fastball into a really tight window when you consider safety on top, corner underneath defender, and I got one little window over here on the sideline I can fit that thing into without it being picked. That's a really good throw. So when his feet are good, he can be really good. He has plenty of arm strength. I think that's the thing that separates him. As his footwork gets more and more comfortable and more consistent, the ball is just going to be accurate more often, and he can really make plays. He's got plenty of arm strength. Okay, here's another example. We're watching the footwork of the quarterback, and they're running a little pick where the third inside is going to vertical to kind of hold up that defender right there. And this receiver is going to come across and be wide open on that little slant. And it's up to Nix, the quarterback, to drive that in there accurately where only, his guy can get it. You can't get it batted down, but you want to hit him where he's got full head of steam running. But a little bit of a mechanical sloppiness and leaves the ball behind. I'll show you right here. So he's falling back, throws it off his tiptoes, and it turns the receiver around. Now, it is a completion. This is nitpicky, okay? We're looking at a guy who, he wants to take the next step in being a quarterback, and these little things like this are going to do that for him. So here's, again, another example. Watch a quarterback. We're looking at kind of footwork and momentum. So he catches the snap, gets to the end of his drop. Right now, he ought to be solid, feet in concrete, stepping forward, driving into it. But instead, you're still going to get some drift and throwing it off that back foot as you drift away. And here's what that does. You see what I mean? Like he's up, falling back. There's really not a reason to do it. Ought to be sitting solid, stepping into it, make a perfect throw. But instead, I'm drifting just a little bit for some reason, throwing it all arm. And what that does, look at the position of the throw, is it turns the receiver around. Okay, so I believe with the speed that you have right here, if this is a deal where it's easy to catch out in front, he's going to catch this running and turn up with a chance to basically split that defense and maybe even take it to the house. And you can see how it stops his momentum. Now, again, it's not picking. It's showing you the difference, I think, and this is what coaches are hammering on, little things that you're trying to do. If you hit this guy running right here, and it's going to make all the difference in the world in how this play finishes. But because he has to stop, momentum slows down, turns, and has to find. So after all that has happened, you can just kind of imagine if he's caught it, 3 here for the defense is going to have a harder time getting there to catch him. And this is a similar deal. 3 receiver route. Inside receiver is going to pick the man over number 2. He's coming off of him, trying to get to a slant in the middle of the field. And there's nobody in here with this defense. And it leaves that defender on top to try to run him down. And the throw is going to help. So I'll play it for you, let you see what happens. It's thrown pretty quickly. It is behind, stops his momentum. He gets blown up. And, there's no way of knowing for sure that if this throw is out in front right here, that he would have been able to catch it and run away from the defender. The defender may make the play anyway, even if because he's read it pretty well, even if the throw is out in front. But there's a couple things about it. If you go back and look at mechanics of Nix, the quarterback, this is a deal right here where, again, he's making a throw with his momentum and his weight falling away from the line of scrimmage. It's a little harder to be accurate. You don't get as much on the ball, and it puts it on the back knee and stops the receiver right here where the cursor is. You can see that. And there's not pressure to warrant this. Alabama has a 4-man front, or 4 on the line of scrimmage, 3 with their hand down. There's only 5 there. They're only rushing 5, and you've got 5-man protection. So it should be blocked up. There's no reason to bail out of there. He should be in the pocket strong, stepping forward, making a strong, accurate throw, but he's falling back, and it's causing the ball to be low and behind. It makes it really tough on his receiver right here. And the other thing is, if he stands in his pocket, and you do have a pocket that he can sit in. I mean, there's room right here. He can, step up. He can be strong and stay right in here and kind of survey and be patient. He's got 5-on-5, trust his protection. Then what he's probably going to do is allow this to develop. He's going to see defender has jumped this, even though we got the pick on the number 2, and he's going to, let it bypass that and now get over here on the other side of the field where you got a chance to go complete and run away. Give it just a little bit of time to breathe, again, because the protection is there. But instead it is thrown quick and early and behind to stop him. He's got no chance here because of the position of the throw to catch this thing and run away. If it's here, he may be able to catch and pull away, but because it's low on the back knee, it's a tough enough catch, and now the DB is just zeroing in, going to blow him up. And so little things like that he can improve on, and it starts with footwork in the pocket. If he improves those things, he's going to get a lot better quickly. His freshman year, he goes for, started 13 games, 2,400 yards passing, and is at 58% completions. Last year, in 11 games, 2 fewer games as a sophomore, he's about the same yards passing. Completion percentage went up just a little bit, but still didn't quite get to 60%. Okay, again, we talk about completion percentage. Right here, you're 1-on-1 on a fade route to the goal line, to the pylon, and quarterback actually puts it on him. Bo Nix puts it on him, and you just got to make a play. Catch, shotgun, snap, 1, 2, 3, put it out. A little bit of an open front side right there, not necessarily driving into it, but that's fine because it doesn't require a really strong throw. And this is an accurate throw, puts it on him. It's tight coverage. He's put it up high and outside where only his guy can get it. It is going to be a tough catch, but that's one. If you catch it, it's either first down, first and goal, or touchdown, at least first and goal if he catches it. Be a tough play, but it's a really nice throw. He just doesn't come up with it. So as I look at this is not a criticism. In fact, it's just the opposite. I mean, the guy's only played 2 years of football. He's been really good as a freshman, sophomore in the SEC, which is hard to do. His best years are in front, junior, senior. As you grow up, you just get better. And footwork. Brian Harsin, Mike Bobo, those guys, if they get him dialed in on more consistent footwork in the pocket, thinking about escaping less, where you're quiet internally, but you're still fast and violent externally, and that'll happen more as he gets older. I think he's got a chance to really surprise some people with how good he can be because all the tools are there. Now, I don't know what kind of leader he is. I'm not around him, the team, whatever. And that's a big part of it at quarterback, a huge part of it, in fact. But if all that stuff checks out, I think physically everything's there, and it's really just about the perfecting the footwork and the mechanics of the position. And as he does that, as he gets older, I think Bo Nix could be really good and surprise some people. Thanks for watching. Thanks to Mississippi Land Bank for supporting these videos. Check them out, mslandbank.com. And thanks to Farm Bureau Insurance in Mississippi. Farm Bureau, check out favrates.com and find an agent near you. And I'll see you on the next one.